Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and I have been up to my cheeky old ways again. I've done a lot since the last episode. I actually, after the last episode, decided, you know what? Things need to get done around here, right? Because we've spent a long time working on these little projects, sort of remodeling the base, redoing the iron facility, redoing the iron facility. It was time that we stepped up, and we got some big work done. And folks, I gotta tell you, I got some big work done. Look at that bridge over there. What is that? What's going on with that over there? What's going on with that right there? What is it? Yeah, okay, so last time around, we experimented with using these conveyor belts to convey people, and by people I mean me, and it was quite effective, and I thought to myself, well, geez, why not do that on a broad scale? Why not have conveyor belts going everywhere? And I thought that'd be a good episode, but nah, then again, it might be a bit boring. So I went ahead and just did it. I just did it myself. And I'm here to show you the results now. We got a bit of a slowdown here, otherwise you can't take that turn. And boom. Look at this. Welcome to the steel facility. Oh, what's that at the top of the screen, you're asking? Bam! I went to all the different facilities and areas, and then I added markers. So we have the oil fields. We have the Caterium facility, which should be a mine. That's all it really is. We've got the copper mine. We got the, well, that's the copper mine down there, actually. Let's zoom in a bit. Steel facility, copper mine, coal plant, island that doesn't have a tag, the iron works, the sulfur mine. Way up here, you got a quartz mine. You get it. And doing this has actually helped me immensely in understanding the layout of the world. I was so confused for the longest time. I was so turned around on where different elements and landmarks were, but now I get it. We're basically at the south side of the world here with a fallout, and the coal plant's as far south as you can go, and the furthest north we've built anything is actually the oil fields, which is funny. I would have said it was the quartz mine before, but no, actually it's the oil fields. They're way out there. But speaking of which, we can get there if we want to take this really long conveyor belt. I don't think that we do. I haven't built conveyor belts everywhere. You know, you saw that one I just took over here. There's that one that goes to the Caterium, and then another one that goes from Caterium to the oil fields. I've got one, that bridge right there, that takes us to the coal, and it's built up in the air, so I really wanted to build these on platforms so they were nice and orderly. So I built it up in the air with that nice bridge, and that just goes over to the coal. I haven't done any yet going over to sulfur and quartz. It's on my list of things to do, and it's certainly going to be soon, you know, maybe even between this and next episode, kind of depending on how the dice fall. But I did something else too. I actually did a lot of crafting. If we take a look in here, we've got a bunch of computers, a whole lot of motors, some of these here heavy modular frames, and some crystal oscillators. This took a long time. This took a really long time. And I'm glad I got it done, though, as we start the episode, because there's a couple of things that we want to activate. And the first thing we want to activate is actually right here. Jetpack, baby. Now we're close. We could actually go ahead and hop in and, you know, with just a wee bit more work, get our hands on some monorails. But I'm tired of building. I think I need to take a break from building, and getting some more inventory slots in a jetpack means that maybe we can explore. Look, it allows you to move more freely in the air, consumes fuel when used, and refills with fuel from your inventory when you're on the ground. I want this jetpack. I want this. I want to build one. I want to go on an adventure today, so I'm going to submit all of that. I guess we'll just yeet it all in there, yeah, until we get the proper amount. And all these computers. Those actually didn't take as long as I thought they would. It's just annoying having to go and get the materials.
R&D inflated your pocket dimension and has provided a jetpack which operates on oil-based fuel for increased navigational capabilities as well as odds of survival.
Thank you, Ada. Isn't that the name of the computer in the Outer Worlds too? Maybe I might be wrong on that. I think I've said that before and been wrong on that, so who can say. I also got everything that we need for the radar technology, because this tower is pretty cool. Check this out. Reveals an area around itself on the map. The area grows over time to a max. Placing the tower higher up increases the max area revealed. So we want to build one of those and take it on our trip with us. But we are going to have to wait for that thing to come back so we can kind of send it along. And also, we don't have everything we need. There they are. I know I built a bunch of beacons because we're going to take a bunch of beacons with us. So as soon as that comes back, we'll submit all of these materials. Let's go ahead and actually throw that up there as our next milestone. I think we got everything we need. We'll have to wait. It's going to be about 11 minutes, but we've got time because we got other things we need to work on. If we're going to go on a big epic journey, I think it's time we finally be able to defend ourselves properly with a rifle. So we're going to add that to our to-do list, and I think they fire cartridges. So we're going to add, like, I don't know, a few of those. It makes 4 of them. Is that 4 rounds, or is that 4 cartridges, and each one has a certain amount of rounds? I don't know. I have no idea. I've never built one, but it's going to need nobelisks and steel pipage. So things that we should be able to get hold of pretty easily. As well as apparently circuit boards? You know, just normal things. The normal things you need when you build a rifle in current year. You got to have a circuit board. You got to have screws. Actually, yeah, I mean, steel pipes. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I build rifles, I'm always using steel pipes. I built a lot of rifles. I'm not asking you to believe me if you don't want to. I'm just telling you the reality of the situation. I need some steel pipes, and you know what I realized? I completely forgot to mention what happened to the steel facility, because some of you may have noticed it's quite a bit different now. So I took the lessons that we learned. We were getting a bit of stutter around here, but I took the lessons we learned from Ironworks, the Ironworks over there, and I applied them here, basically stripping. I didn't strip it all down and start from scratch. That was a mistake. That was an accident. That's the dangers of these things. But what I did do was going all the way from here to here, boom, right out the side. I introduced a whole bunch of these conveyor mergers, joiners, and splitters, kind of doing the same thing we did over there at the ironwork, so that we always have, all of the iron is always going to sort of whatever machine needs it, because we had a problem in the past where some of these were being starved. Some of our constructors here were starved for steel, and some of them had too much. But now, as you can see, they're all getting a nice steady flow to a point where we actually have a massive backlog. So it's working really, really well. And then, you know, I realized the only thing we're actually manufacturing over here are steel beams. So let's do the same thing. Let's have all the steel beams combined together, and then go off to Shrek me. You gotta be careful around here. They go off into these storage containers, which are full, and then they also go off over here. And I redid. You know, it was a bit of a mess over here last time, a bunch of crisscrossing nonsense. So I redid this to where we have, you know, 3 constructors making concrete, and they're all in sort of a nice line, and they're all being merged and then split off accordingly. And sort of the only thing slowing these down, if you check here, is the concrete. So we need to speed up concrete production a bit. And the way I reckon we're going to do that is we're going to go find some more slugs. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go, that's part of our adventure today. Some of these are full on concrete, though, as you can tell. They're staying topped off, and they're not doing anything. Why are you not doing anything? You're plugged in? Are you paused? Standby? Why aren't you producing? What's the problem? What the heck? Oh, I never plugged this one in. Right, concrete's the problem. Oh, I was so confused. Even if they are, you know, it's 6 per minute, so we want to speed these up too. But I'll fix this. I don't have the materials, I don't think, on me for a merger. No, I'll fix that maybe between episodes. I just came over here to get some steel pipes. That's pretty funny, you gotta admit. That's a pretty good bit there. That's a pretty good bit. We'll go ahead and fix it right now. I think we just need some rods and some, what are they called? Let's see. We'll get a stack of rods, and we'll get a stack of plates. I think that's all we need. Also, nice to see that, you know, rod production's maintaining just fine. I think that right now, one thing that we're still hurting for is screws, yeah. So what I've been thinking about doing to sort of fix the screwy issue that we've got over here, it's a bit of a screwy problem, is, you know, this right now, if we don't have enough speed upgrades for all of these, unfortunately. I think we've only got 1 speed upgrade left right now. So even if we did, this would be the bottleneck. So what I think I'll do is, because that one there goes to long-term storage and some other machine, I might break that conveyor belt and break this one and just link that machine to right there and have that be a solid flow, and then kind of power up these two, have them still merge and split, you know, but that way there'll be fewer things. You know, we'll just do it. I don't know why I keep trying to explain my my logic and reasoning to things instead of just doing them, so you can see visually what it is I've got in mind, and that I'm not actually a kooky, crazy lad. I know what I'm talking about sometime, guys. Trust me. Hashtag trust Rees. I will teach you to trust me. Watch this. Watch me get this. I've done this so many times now, I can't possibly screw it up. Look at that. You see that? That's what happens when you trust, my friends. So we'll get that hooked back up. There we go. And then, oh boy, here we go. There we go. That's what we want to see. That is what we want to see. Now, of course, it's going to run out of concrete now. It's got a pretty good backup, though. But, well, I said that. It's, this is going to put more strain on our lack of concrete resources. But like I say, we're going to go find some slugs to speed this whole process up pretty soon. Oh, I should also note that I moved the production of the individual steel ingots. Remember, we had a couple of smelteries over here. I moved those smelteries over to here. I'm sorry, foundries. You know what I mean, though, when I say that. I moved them over there, so they're all in a line, and then they come back over here to be turned into pipes. And as you can see, it hasn't created any bottlenecks. I think these are probably, we're probably full-on pipes, which is why those... Oh, that's these. Right, yeah, they activate every so often. I was like, why is there a dinosaur? There's clearly a dinosaur here to eat my face. I'm not happy about it. Oh, I also went and found some bacon agaric somewhere so that we have plenty of these, 29 of them, for our big grand adventure. And whoop, we're back. So we can go ahead and make our one more Nobelisk. We could make a ton of them if we wanted to, but we got to have some of these beacons for the journey. We can finally construct our rifle. Look at that. It's very expensive. Very costly to build a rifle. Who would have guessed? Remember, we were going to build one, but then we found out we needed plastics, and that's when we stopped. So the cartridges themselves are the Nobelisks and the steel pipes, and we're going to find out how these work soon enough. I might still bring the rebar gun with us, because I'm not sure... I mean, I guess what we could do is we could just equip the... Yeah, get rid of the rebar gun, as cool as it is. Equip this bad boy. Oh. Oh! Okay, so that's got 10 rounds in it. You can't really, like, aim down sights at all. Do you think we can finally take that beast down? Probably not. Alright, well, that's cool. Oh, I just heard the sound of... something. Wow, that looks funky when it's coming down. Okay. I've never watched it up here from that high up. It has returned to us, though. Very, very slowly making its way downtown. Alright, good. In 3, 2, 1, we can go ahead and submit our next batch of materials, all of which I've left over here. And just like that, the next batch is away! Did I ever explain what this was for?
Radar technology unlocked. The radar tower automatically charts and updates the map of your Fixit-approved designated zone in a radius dependent on its height. Initial charting takes a variable amount of time.
What she just said, that's what it does. I don't know if it needs power or not, but I thought we might go ahead and just, you know, take one with us. Where do you reckon that's going to be at? It's not, it's maybe production. Do you think it's a production thing? It's not. It's not a power thing. Logistics? Definitely not. Is it real? Does it exist? It does! There it is. Let's add our list of things we're going to need. It does require power. Okay, alright. We'll still make one. And then we'll take it to the furthest point that we've put down power, which would be right over here by the quartz mine, or we could take it up here with the nuke, and we could run power off of the nuke field. I just kind of wanted to set one up and see how it worked. So we might start at the quartz mine. We'll start our grand adventure there. I wanted to start it over here by the oil fields. I thought we would travel as far north. We'd travel as far north as we could from the oil fields there, and we'd see what there was to see, eh? But I guess not now. Oh, no. Got everything I need for the radar tower, so now we need to make this jetpack. We're going to add that to the list, and then I think we're going to keep the jetpack tower, or that's a different thing. We're going to keep the radar tower up there to make sure I don't accidentally use parts for it for the jetpack. The jetpack looks pretty simple. Rubber, plastic, some circuits. I don't know how all those things equal flight, but I'm not an aeronautical expert, so turbines, propellers, things of that nature, maybe they truly are not necessary. What do I know? Well, I know that we will need more fuel, for one thing. You gotta have oil to make plastic, you have oil to make rubber, you gotta have oil to make circuit boards, because you need some of those other things for them. Which means, I guess, you know, if you folks... I didn't do the slowdown thing here yet. I need to implement that. But if you folks were interested in what it looks like to travel all the way to the oil fields... Oh, look, there's a slug. Need to grab that one. Maybe after we have the jetpack, we'll come back for it and fly down there and get it and then fly back up. I don't know how much fuel the jetpack uses or whether or not it's even feasible to use it. You know, we'll find out. We'll find out. But this is what it's like to travel. Look at that. You can just kind of barely make out the outline of the power grid that we, for some reason, ran along a beach instead of on this massive platform that I had built. I don't remember what the reasoning of that was. I don't know why I made that choice, but I did. And I guess I have to stand by it. But here we are at the oil fields at long last. You can see them there in the distance. I like the sort of distant, hazy look everything has when you're approaching it. We're heading straight north, so this is, again, the furthest north, apparently, we've built anything. And also the furthest away from base that we've built anything. And if we take a look at it, the furthest we've ever gone was when we went to the tractor up here, which for some reason none of this tracked when we were in the Lollipop Flop forest. But that's the furthest north we've ever gone. And then we kind of made our way back home this way, I seem to remember. But it looks like the world goes all the way over to here. That looks like a hard edge, so I'd guess that'd be the end of it. But I'm curious to find out. It's one of those things I'm curious to explore and see more of the world. And that is an interesting looking moon. Look at that. It's got weird red splotches. These are the sorts of things that pique my interest. What can I say? Now, these conveyor belts aren't just for moving me around. Eventually, I imagine, we'll be using them to transfer parts as well, because it's a perfectly fine, well-functioning conveyor belt. So we could easily have it carry oil and whatnot from here. Or maybe not oil, but maybe we'll actually build a facility and manufacture rubber and plastic over here. And we can have those things automatically pumped to the Omni facility using these. I mean, I know monorail is still a thing I want to build. I still want to have that. Trains are cool. Don't misunderstand me. It's just this is it's already here. So why not use it, right? Right. Ah! So there is the rubber taken care of, and then the final thing that we're going to need is the circuit boards, which we have enough plastic and wire for, so I think I may have gotten a little bit too much crude oil. I don't think we actually need that much. That's on me. We are going to need a wee bit more plastic, though. There we go, situation dealt with. And we'll store the rest of this oil here. We could turn it all into fuel. I guess we're going to need a lot of fuel, but let's make the jetpack. Oh boy, it's pretty slow. 30 seconds, apparently, because you can only create 0.5 per minute. Wait, no. Wait, hold on. What? 0.5 per minute? Oh, I guess that's if it's automated? Because otherwise that doesn't make any sense. That means it would have taken us 2 minutes to manufacture this thing. Maybe that number there, when it says X amount of time per minute, it doesn't actually mean how long it takes us to manufacture it. See, production rate, 7.5 per minute. Maybe it's more so if we were automating it and using a machine, because I think those do take longer. If they're not sped up. It doesn't matter. What matters is we've got it. And I guess it goes in the body slot, so... And it's full. We rule the world now, my friends. We rule the world. Of course, it does use fuel up pretty quickly, I see. What happens if we drop from, like, a height? No, well, that wasn't a height, but you get what I'm saying. We need more fuel! Manufacture the fuel! Alright, so we now have an inventory full of goodies. I think some of this stuff we can leave behind. We're going to bring a lot of concrete with us in case we need to do some building. You never know when that's going to come up, but I don't think we need to take copious amounts of black powder, rubber, or plastic. Doesn't really seem like it's going to be helpful. We will carry these cables and this wire. We're going to need to bring, I think, rods. What goes into an electric pole? Is that correct? Is it like rods, concrete? Yeah, so we're going to want to bring some of that with us in case we want to, you know. Oh, we're going to go build up this tower, and it's got to have power, and we want to make sure we can get power to the tower, wherever we're going to put the tower. And I think that what we're going to do now is we're going to finally set off on a grand adventure of a lifetime. We're going to go up here to where the quartz mine is, and then we're going to go drop down our, whatever the highest point is in that immediate vicinity. We'll put down this tower that's going to scout out this middle section, and then we are going to go further. Further than we have ever gone before.